Okay, my dear students, welcome to the chapter Atomic Structure of Atom. This is my third video on this chapter. Today, I'll be discussing about the black body radiation. As you can see, atomic spectra, hydrogen spectra, Rydberg formula, and other related topics in this chapter. So, let us begin. Here, in this chapter, we'll be learning about black body radiation. First thing, okay. Now, here, what is black body radiation? Black body radiation. The first thing over here, black body radiation. Black body radiation can be defined, or we can say that the ideal body which emits and absorbs all frequencies. It's an ideal body. It is an ideal body. It is an ideal body which emits and absorbs all frequencies is called a black body, and the radiation emitted by such a body is called black body radiation. It is called black body radiation. The ideal body which emits and absorbs all frequencies, emits also, absorbs also all frequencies. It is called a black body. And the radiation emitted by such a body is called black body radiation. So that is black body. Now let me explain you. Let me explain you over here. Let me explain you the explanation for black body radiation. Explanation for black body radiation. This is important. Now, the total energy incident radiation or striking photon. Total energy incident total energy of incident radiation or striking photon. Now, here you have to go back to the photoelectric effect and then visualize the radiation which is incident on the surface, or the energy of the striking photon, that is equal to wave function, or binding energy plus the kinetic energy of ejected electron. This is very important sentence to be understood over here. If you view from the concept of photoelectric emission, then to explain black body radiation, the total energy of incident radiation or striking photon, whatever particle is falling on the surface, that is equal to wave function or binding energy. That means on the surface of the metal, whatever is the energy required to remove the electrons from the surface, that is wave function or binding electron, plus the kinetic energy of ejected electron. Whatever energy it comes out, it's kinetic energy. Now, on this basis, we can write a formula. H nu is equal to H nu naught plus half mv square. Total energy over here. Total energy of incident radiation or striking photon is equal to wave function. I have already discussed wave function in my previous video. The amount of energy required to remove the electron from the surface of the metallic surface. Okay, and then kinetic energy of the ejected electron. This is a very, very important formula. For example, let us look at this diagram over here. A very simple diagram. This is the metal surface, and if there is an incident light on the metal surface like this, it hits the metal surface, and then say there is an electron over here, so that electron gets emitted. So kinetic energy of this electron becomes half mv square. So that is very important to understand over here. So that is what I am talking about, explanation for black body radiation. Or this I can write it, half mv square is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. Okay, or I can write down half mv square is equal to h nu minus nu naught. So this is the formula. This formula which you see over here, this formula, it is called Einstein's photoelectric equation. It is called Einstein's photoelectric equation. It is called Einstein's photoelectric equation to explain black body radiations. I have already told you, I want to repeat again. Any ideal body which emits and absorbs all frequencies is called a black body. That means whatever light incident on the surface that is causing the electron to emit, possessing a kinetic energy half mv square. Okay. Now this I can over here. This I can write down the same formula, Ke is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. This is the final formula. Okay, you can look in the previous slide also. Half mv square. This is kinetic energy, so that is equal to h nu minus nu naught. This equation is Einstein's photoelectric equation. Okay, and you can get this form also. Now from this formula, we can conclude that we can conclude that electromagnetic radiations have both wave and particle character. You can conclude that electromagnetic radiation have both wave as well as wave nature as well as particle nature. Okay, that means electromagnetic radiation, they have a dual behavior. So that is very important to understand over here. Okay. Now here, let us go to the next thing now. After this explanation for black body radiation, I want to explain you about this, the spectrum, atomic spectrum. Now, what is atomic spectrum? The splitting of a polychromatic light. The splitting of what? Polychromatic light. Now, polychromatic light means light having more than one frequency. This polychromatic light you have come across in your class 10 physics. Okay, in the chapter light only, I believe. Okay, polychromatic light is light having more than one frequency. Okay, so the splitting of polychromatic light, this splitting of polychromatic light into its constituent radiations, different colors, it is called dispersion. This is called what? Dispersion. So this polychromatic light is splitting. It's splitting into its constituent colors. It is called dispersion. You have to understand this properly. And the pattern of radiations obtained due to dispersion is called spectrum. So if there is a polychromatic light, and it is falling on a dispersion medium, so you obtain lines, lines like this. You can obtain on a screen, like this, like this you obtain. Okay, so whatever you get on the other side on a screen, that is called dispersion. Okay, now The instrument used to separate radiations of different frequencies or wavelengths is called spectroscope. So this glass prism can be put and used inside a spectroscope. Okay. So I repeat once more. The splitting of polychromatic light into its constituent radiations is called dispersion, and the pattern of radiations obtained due to dispersion is called spectrum. So here comes our spectrum. Now this is something which you have already learned. You have some idea from class 10. Okay. Now the instrument used to separate radiations of different frequencies or wavelengths is called spectroscope or spectrograph. Now here, depending upon the source of radiation, what kind of source we have, depending upon the source of radiations, please keep in mind spectra is of two types. One is emission spectrum, emission spectrum. First one is emission spectrum, the other one is absorption spectrum. Spectra is of two types. The first one is emission spectrum, the other one is absorption spectrum. Now let me explain you about this one by one. What is emission spectrum? Before that, please remember, when light emitted by a self-luminous object is dispersed by a prism to get the spectrum, it is said to be emission spectrum. Okay, so here remember, under this, when light emitted by a self-luminous object, an object which can illuminate itself, and this light is dispersed by a prism. With the help of a prism, if there is dispersion happening to get a spectrum, that spectrum is called emission spectrum. So I try to catch my words over here. Now it is mainly of two types. Emission spectrum is mainly of two types. Okay, we can talk about continuous spectrum. Okay, we can talk about line spectrum. We can also talk about absorption spectrum. So under emission spectrum, please remember, when white light of bulb or sunlight is passed through a prism, the spectrum consists of 7 colors. If there are 7 colors, V, I, B, G, Y, O, R. When white light or bulb or sunlight is passed through a prism, the spectrum consists of 7 colors which have no separation among themselves. There is no separation among themselves. That means they are joined, they are joined to each other. The colors are joined to each other. So such a spectrum, it is called continuous. It is called continuous spectrum. It is called continuous spectrum. Okay, remember this. This is one thing. Under this is one thing. Under emission spectrum, this is the first thing to be remembered. Now, when the radiations emitted by the excited substances, gas or vapors of chemical substances are analyzed by a spectrograph or discontinuous spectra consisting of a series of sharp lines. There are series of sharp lines, and separated by dark bonds are obtained. Again there is sharp lines, and then there is again dark bonds are obtained. This is called line spectra. So under emission spectrum, there are two types. One is continuous spectra. Okay. Another one is over here, line spectra. This line spectra is also called emission spectrum. It is also called emission spectrum because it is a part of emission spectrum. Okay. Now, example, if you take sodium, always gives two yellow lines corresponding to 5890 angstrom and 5896 angstrom. Line spectra is a fingerprint of atoms. With the help of line spectra or emission spectra, we can get the fingerprint. We all have fingerprints. Okay, each and every one of us have unique and special fingerprints. So line spectra can be considered to be a fingerprint of atoms. Now, on the other side, if you look at absorption spectrum over here, when a beam of continuous, here I am talking about beam, when a beam That time I was talking about when light bulb or sunlight is passed through a prism. Your light bulb, there also there is beam, radiations are there, but here when a beam of continuous light is passed through a solution, here I am using a solution. When a beam of light is passed through a prism, a vertical solution or vapors of a chemical substance, we get a spectrum containing a number of dark lines. Containing a number of dark lines. Now, there is no deep patches over here. This dark lines, number of deep lines are there. These lines are called absorption spectrum. These dark lines appear due to the absorption of certain wavelength. Why do they appear? Because certain wavelength of light is getting absorbed. That is why we are getting dark lines. Okay. Now I hope you have got some idea about the spectra. Okay, there are two types: emission spectrum, absorption spectrum. Here, because of emission of wavelengths of lights, emission spectrum is because of emission of wavelength of light. Whereas absorption spectra, we get dark lines because of absorption of various wavelengths from the atom under study. Okay, now let us go to the next slide over here. Now, to understand properly, let us consider hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum. Okay. Now, under hydrogen spectrum, please remember, to obtain a hydrogen spectrum, the hydrogen spectrum can be obtained by passing an electric discharge. By passing an electric discharge. You have to remember this. Electric discharge. What is an electric discharge? Okay, if you take a vacuum tube connected with cathode and anode, and you connect those electrodes, to high potential difference, then an electric discharge is emitted from the cathode, which moves in the direction of the anode. So that is how you get an electric discharge. So the hydrogen spectrum can be obtained by passing an electric discharge through the hydrogen gas taken in a discharge tube under low pressure. Okay, now for explaining this, I will draw a simple diagram, a small simple diagram. Try to understand the diagram. Okay, I have taken over here a tube, a discharge tube. I have taken a discharge tube. Okay, in this vertical manner, discharge tube is there. Okay, this is the discharge tube. Okay, now this discharge tube is filled with hydrogen gas at low pressure. Okay, and the terminals, the electrodes of the discharge tube are connected to high potential difference. Then only discharge will happen. So from this, emission happens, and there is a small slit over here, opening, to collimate the movement of the discharge particles in this direction. Now, which comes straight, you can place a prism over here. Okay, glass prism. Then it hits the prism. Then there is dispersion. The dispersion happening like this. Okay, it happens like this, and then this can be obtained on a screen like this. Obtained on a screen. Here, this is a photographic plate. This one is a prism. This one is a photographic plate. Okay. Now, corresponding to its own wavelengths, we get wavelengths are 6563 angstrom. Say this is for red color. Okay. The second one can be for blue or bluish blue-green color, 4861. This is blue-green color. The third one could be of indigo color, 4340. This will be indigo. The next one is 4120. 4120 can be violet color. Okay, so this is how we can obtain a spectrum of hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is filled inside a discharge tube, and this discharge tube contains electrodes connected to high potential. It is filled with hydrogen gas. So when current is passed, this hydrogen gas emits, there is an emission of electromagnetic radiation which moves in this direction. It gets dispersed over here, and which can be obtained on a screen, corresponding to various wavelengths. Okay, so these lines over here, these are lines of the constituent particles present in constituent, of hydrogen spectrum. Okay, now let us move further in this chapter. Okay, now a little bit about a formula, very important formula. It is called Rydberg formula. Rydberg Rydberg formula. It's a very, very important formula in this chapter. It is called Rydberg formula. Okay. Now this person Rydberg, et al. Rydberg, gave a simple expression for the calculation of the wavelengths of various lines in hydrogen spectrum. Okay. A very simple expression for the calculation of wavelength. Please remember, I am talking about calculation of the wavelength. Okay, wavelength. That is very, very important to understand by all of us. So here the formula goes like this. Okay, R nu bar is equal to R 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square, or you can also write 1 by lambda. This is nu bar. Nu bar is 1 by lambda. This lambda is the wavelength. It is equal to R 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Now, where the various abbreviations, for example, this one, it is called wave number. It is called number of the wave number. Okay, and it is also equal to 1 by lambda. Very, very important formula in this part of the chapter. And this capital R which you see over here, it is called the Rydberg constant. Rydberg, Rydberg's constant. It is called Rydberg's constant. Now its value is given. Normally this value is given. Suppose the value of Rydberg constant has been estimated, calculated as 109,677 per centimeter, or 1.097 into 10 to the power of 7 per meter in meter. Okay, and n1 and n2 over there, n1 you can see over there, n1, n2, these are whole numbers. For a given series, n1 is a constant. Now I am talking about the series n1, n2. Okay, in this n1, n2 stands for the various series which are available in the visible as well as invisible region. Okay, and lambda in this formula stands for the wavelength. It stands for the wavelength. Now let me explain you properly what does n1, n2 imply and denote in detail. I will go to the next slide now. In the next slide, let us see over here. For a given value of n1, say I write n1 over here, I write over here n2. This can go, and then over here I'll write the region. I'm going to draw a small table just to explain you all the importance of n1, n2 in this formula. Okay, if the value of n1 is 1, then the series, it is called Lyman series. n2 has to be more than 1, so it can be 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, up to infinity. The region for Lyman series in the spectra, emission spectra, it is called ultraviolet region. Okay, ultraviolet region. The next series for n1 is equal to 2, it is called Balmer. It is called Balmer series. For Balmer series, if n1 is 2, then n2 must be 3, 4, 5 and so on, infinity. The region, this region is for visible region. It is for visible region. So there can be short questions from here also. For which series we get radiations in the visible region? So you have to remember the name. It is the Balmer series. Okay. For Balmer series, N1 is 2. N2 has to be more than 2. That is 3, 4, 5 and so on. For the value of N1 as 3, the series is called Paschen. It is called what? It is called Paschen. 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 Okay. The value of N2 has to be 4, 5, 6 and so on up to infinity. Now this Paschen series come under the region infrared. Infrared. I am writing in short. IR. Infrared. Okay. For N1 is equal to 4, the series is called bracket. 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 Okay. And then N2 values will be 5, 6, 7 and so on up to infinity. This also comes under infrared series. After that, for N1 is 5, the series is called P-Fund series. Okay. N2 values will be 6, 7, 8 and so on. This also falls under the region of infrared. Then next one is Humphrey. We can call it Humphrey, or N1 value 6. Values of N2 start from 7, 8 and so on up to infinity. Okay. This too falls under infrared radiation. Okay. Now, please note over here that the Rydberg formula which you have seen that time, the Rydberg formula, this formula over here, it is applicable to one electron species. Basically, it is applicable to one electron species like, like what? Helium, He, helium cation, or Li plus 2. Why it is one electron? Helium atom, okay, if the electron is removed, if from helium atom there are 2 electrons in the orbitals of helium atom. So if you remove these 2 electrons totally, not 2 electrons, 1 electron only, then this becomes He plus 1. Okay. So that He plus 1 is a 1 electron system. Okay. So remember a very, very important sentence over here to be noted, this Rydberg formula. Rydberg formula is applicable to one electron species. Now those species example I can give you: helium cation, another one is lithium, Li plus 2, hydrogen, helium, lithium. Now lithium atom, atomic number 3, electronic configuration 2 and 1. So from here, if you remove 2 electrons, okay, so it becomes Li plus 2, so that is one electron system over here. So the Rydberg formula can take a better form. Wave number, nu bar is wave number, 1 by lambda is equal to R Z square, 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. Okay, this is a very good form of the Rydberg formula. Now this Z over here, which you can see, this Z is what? Nothing but it is atomic number. It is called atomic number of the ions. Atomic number of what? Of the ions or species under study. Okay. Now, under this Rydberg's formula, let us see another, concept over here. That concept, it is called limit. It is called series limit. It is called series limit. And over here, remember, the last line of a spectrum is called the series limit. The last line of the spectrum, it is called series limit. It is also called the line of shortest wavelength and highest frequency. Okay. The series limit is also called the line of shortest. It is what? the line of shortest wavelength and highest frequency, that is to be understood properly over here. Okay, so series limit, it is the last line of the spectrum with the shortest wavelength and highest frequency. Example, if you consider the first series or Lyman series, n1 is 1. Okay, so the last line is n2, that has to be infinity, the last number. Okay, now the next important thing to be understood over here is for the wavelength of the first line, for the wavelength of the first line, the line of longest wavelength and lowest energy, we can calculate using the Balmer formula. You can get the value of lambda rz square for n1 square minus, you can write 1 by n1 plus 1 whole square. Okay, so this is what can be done to calculate the wavelength or the wave number. Okay, now I've already told you this n1 and n2. N2 stands for the initial and the final energy levels. Okay, now let me explain you the electronic transitions producing different series in hydrogen spectrum. For the hydrogen spectrum, it is very important to understand the various or different series which are produced from a hydrogen spectrum. Okay, now for this I need to draw a simple diagram over here. Okay, I will draw a diagram and try to explain you this properly. Okay, now have a look at this diagram. Okay, I'm drawing a line. Okay, for this line I am writing n is equal to 1. Okay, I'll draw another line. Okay, like this. For this line I'll write n is equal to 2. Then another line over here, I'll draw another line. For this line I'll write n is equal to 3. Then again another line, n is equal to 4. Then another line, n is equal to 5. Then n is equal to 6, and you can go on 6, 7, n is equal to 7, n is equal to 8. Okay, now here this first line, the electronic transition for the first line, I can draw lines, arrows like this, one arrow over here, then second arrow from here, then third arrow from here, this way, then the next arrow, like this, and the next arrow like this. Okay, so the electronic transition, this transitions over here, this fall under the ultraviolet region. They are called Lyman series. I have already told you Lyman series fall under UV region. Okay, so this is Lyman series. Then for n2 is equal to 2, n2 is equal to, I will draw again similar lines, after a gap, this way. This table is basically called electronic transitions which are produced by different series in the hydrogen spectrum. Okay, I'm not drawing all the lines. So the second one for n2 is equal to 2. The series is called what? It is called Balmer. It is called Balmer series, and this falls under, I have told you, it falls under visible region. Okay, then I can go for Paschen. For n is equal to 3. Paschen, again I can draw lines like this. Paschen falls under infrared region. Infrared region. Paschen, like this. Paschen. Here I can write Paschen. Paschen. Okay. For n is equal to 4, we have bracket series. When n is equal to 4, we have what? Bracket series, like this. Bracket series, bracket series. Okay, so this is how you obtain the lines, lines in the hydrogen spectrum. After bracket we have P fund, P-fund. It can be done this way. It is very easy table. How to draw this table is very easy. It is really very easy. Now this is called P-fund. P-fund series. Okay, you can extend these lines, and then you can proceed and get the series for Humphrey also, the last one over here. For n is equal to 6, you can get Humphrey series also. Okay, like this you can get it also, Humphrey series. Okay, so this table which I have told you over here, just to explain over here, electronic transitions producing different series in hydrogen spectrum. Okay, now please go through these explanations properly. Try to remember the Rydberg's formula by taking the example of Lyman series. Then go through the formula where the use of atomic number. Okay, then go through this table properly. Try to remember this table. Very important table. Then we have the introduction of the Rydberg's formula, various terms, meaning of the various terms. Okay, wave number is 1 by lambda. Lambda stands for the wavelength. Okay, r is a constant whose value is given for the exam purpose. Okay, n1 and n2 are known to us. Okay, hydrogen spectrum, electric discharge. Okay, then today I started with the black body radiation, atomic spectra, hydrogen spectra, and Rydberg formula. Okay, now I hope you will have got some idea about the Rydberg's formula. Okay, now in my next class, in my next video, I'll be discussing about the Bohr's. I'll be discussing about the Bohr's atomic model. So now in the Bohr's atomic model, which is based on the Planck's quantum theory of radiation. Okay, so that's why in my next video I'll be discussing about the Bohr's atomic model to explain the atomic structure of simple species or ions. Okay, so thank you so much, my dear students. Okay, see you in my next video. Okay, make sure you revise everything properly. Okay, thank you.